Hi everyone, this is Mrs. A, owner of YourInnerGenius.org. This is my second video. It will be up on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button below the video to see more of what Your Inner Genius has to offer. Today I am focusing on what our line of tutoring services means exactly. We provide online tutoring services, which many people don't understand. How does this work? So basically, we have programs like free conference call where you just dial into the call, put the little code number in, and you're connected, and it's like a video conference. Everything is recorded, so it protects the tutor, and it protects the child, so there's nothing, it's all safe. Now the thing is that when we use things like free conference call, we choose this program because we can screen share whatever we have on our screen. We can show the student. So if we're using a whiteboard to work a problem or diagram a sentence or anything like that, we can show the student exactly what we're doing. They can see what we're doing while we're talking. They can see us face to face if we're not screen sharing. And then also, if we want to use the whiteboard, we can share the whiteboard as well with the whiteboard program. So that's very, very convenient. Also, we use things like Google Drive to send a lot of content back and forth. It's very easy. We use that for parents. We use it for students. Google Drive is really amazing in helping with communication. So basically, that's how it works. It's not really difficult. It works out, just fine. What does private tutoring mean for Your Inner Genius? Private tutoring is a one-on-one session. It's a 60-minute session. It can be just homework help, or it can be overall, like what that child particularly needs to learn or work on. So it just depends on what the child's individual needs are. We tailor all of our tutoring services to the individual needs of the learner. That's very, very important. You will always get the same tutor because the tutor will know the child. And that's important for continuity of learning. If you're not comfortable with the person that you're learning from, you're probably not going to learn very much. So, that's important to us because we want learning to occur. So we do what we believe will make learning happen. So in elementary and middle school, we tutor for general subjects for elementary and middle school learners. For high school learners, we'll do algebra, geometry, social studies, writing composition. And for adult and college level learners, for adults, we'll do writing skills, algebra, geometry, additional maths that you may have in college, like math for teachers, geographies, most geographies, writing composition, and we can also cover psychology and education courses for college, but for adult learners, we'll also do test prep like GED, GRE, and for high school students, test prep also ACT, PSAT, SAT, and things like that. So we do have, all of those services individually. Now, if you want a cheaper rate, we do have group sessions, we call it small group sessions. It's up to 4 students, and I'll explain why in a few moments. But these group sessions are designed for, groups of friends that want to learn together, or classmates that may need help in the same class, or anybody who wants maybe a little bit of a cheaper tutoring rate. Now, the group has to be on the same learning level. I can't tutor 4 children with one of them being like in 8th grade math and one of them being in 3rd grade math. I can't just group them together like that, because that doesn't work. So they have to be on the same level. So if you cannot find a group for the number of students that you want, we have social media that we use. We're very active on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Google Plus and Pinterest. And, if you engage with the online Your Inner Genius learning community, you may find people that are looking for the same type of group that you want. Now, anything over 4 students is going to be a webinar, but webinars will have its own video. So we're just focusing right now on, the main tutoring sessions. So those are also like an hour long. Now, we have this thing in Louisiana. It's a Louisiana word. It's called lagniappe, and that means extra. Okay, so there's some lagniappe things that are going to be included in your tutoring fees. So these things, first of all, would be a free consultation with the student and the parents if the student is a minor. If it's an individual or adult learner, obviously it's just going to be with the individual. But it's kind of like a meet and greet, you get to know me, get comfortable with me, say, oh yeah, she's nice, she's friendly, she's funny, whatever. And then I get to know you, and we develop a working relationship for the success of the learner. It contributes absolutely to learning success. So this helps, the tutor also, because if I get to meet the child and we have this consultation, and I get to meet the child and say, oh, what do you like? And what are you into? And things like that. Then I'll know how to maybe approach the tutoring lesson. So if I'm teaching fractions, for example, and the child says, oh, I like sports. Okay. Well, we'll use a football field. What's half of a football field? Something they can relate to, right? If the child likes cooking, obviously we can use measurements there. But I'm just saying that it does help to know this. And also, if the child has individual needs or special needs or anything like that, it's going to be helpful to have this consultation up front. And again, it is absolutely free, because it's just something that needs to be done, and frankly, you shouldn't be charged for it, because you should get to meet the person first before you decide if you want to book tutoring sessions or not. That's what we believe. So you'll get that. Plus, if you do book tutoring sessions and you're a parent, um, of a child that's a client, obviously it's not the same for individuals who are adult learners. But if your child's a minor, you'll get follow-up consultations. Like, we'll do video chats, and it'll be like, oh, well, your child wasn't able to, perform such and such a task, before. But it was one of the goals to get there, and now, they're able to do it independently. In school, your child gets progress reports all the time, right? So why shouldn't you get it from the tutor? Exactly. So that's something that we do. When we identify the child's needs and interests and goals, and then we update the parents on how the tutoring is going. They have every right to know, what progress is being made. So there's more lanyard to this. If you're doing personal tutoring or group tutoring, every session or every client in these sessions, as it arises, we'll do study skills. We'll introduce study skills or testing strategies, study strategies, things like that. I mean, we could do separate webinars for it. You could sign up for that, but there's no need, because this really should be part of tutoring. You should not just learn the content that you're supposed to learn. You should learn how to learn and how to think. So it's critical. We use the slogan, change the climate of learning, and this is critical to achieving that goal. So going back to all of those consultations, that's the reason why I can't do a group of more than 4, because it's too complicated to and time consuming to meet with more than 4 individual parents. That just has to be a webinar that's less personal. And like I said, that's going to be introduced in a separate video. So we have for our clients more lanyard, VIP benefits. Now, what we have is an alumni clubhouse, and it's we have a cute little penguin, and his name is YIG, 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 and he's our mascot. There's a discussion board. This discussion board is exclusive to our paying tutoring clients, because it's a safe place for your kids to discuss. There's no private messaging, but they can discuss whatever they want, and the message boards are 100% monitored. And also, they can talk about fun things. What are they doing over the summer or over the weekend, or what their favorite game is, or who their favorite singer is, or I don't care what they say, as long as it's, age appropriate. But the boards are monitored, so you don't have to worry about it. Is absolutely a safe place for your kids to discuss. And sometimes I'll put questions to prompt. I'll pop up and say, hi kids, and how you doing, and things like that. And also, in between sessions, maybe the kids can help each other. If you have a 4th grader that has a question, but they don't have a tutoring session till next week, Maybe they go to the discussion board and a sixth grader has the answer. And this is good because it fosters social skills and communication skills. And it also helps kids to learn to care about other people. You know, say, hey, this person needs help. So that's something we believe in too, is teaching character. Because education alone won't get you far. You have to have character as well. And in fact, I believe it was Martin Luther King Jr. who quoted that, and that quote is actually on our webpage. Now, additionally, another VIP benefit is that every week I'm going to do a interactive video with the kids called the Weekly Blizzard, where they can ask me questions like play Stump the Teacher, or maybe we can do show and tell and different types of activities. I just want it to be a safe place for kids to have fun online. And I will do my very best to be committed to do that. I mean, if they're going to be online, I'd rather them be where they're safe and having a good time. So the third VIP benefit is that it's called, so we have that penguin for our mascot, right? So everything has, if you notice, a chilly theme, like the igloo, the chill zone, which is the discussion board, and the Weekly Blizzard, which is the live interactive video. And so the next thing that we have is called Snowed Under, Put It on Ice. That means, you know, sometimes kids can do their homework and then, you know, they get lost, they get stuck on one problem, you know, or two problems. But the thing is, maybe they don't have a session until next week. So they should have to wait a week to get a question answered? No. See, there are other tutoring services online that have tutors available like 24/7. But the problem is when you log into those, you pick your tutor and you don't always get the same person. And as we discussed, we believe you have to have that in order to appropriately meet learning needs. We believe that for the continuity of learning, you have to work with the same person. So, how do we combat this? Being that we don't have people 24/7 and, you know, we want you to have the same person. So what we say is, okay, do the rest of your homework, save those couple problems for later, and go ahead and email me. You know, send me an email, or whoever your tutor is, send your tutor an email, and when they're not in a session, they will get back to you that day and work through those problems with you. And the good thing about this is that if you're going through another company that does have, hey, sign on and pick a tutor now, the way that they charge is that you have to pay for so many hours, okay? And so if your child needs to log in for 15 minutes to get one question answered, that gets deducted off of the money that you have paid. And your InnerGenius charges per session. So that means that this is not included in a session. So this is just a lanyard. It's an extra. You know, we do this because we care. We don't think it's fair that the child should have to wait until next week to get an answer. You know, so we would rather them, you know, just email us if they can't, you know, get the help that they need to answer the questions. And it doesn't cost anything extra out of your pocket. It's included in your tutoring fees. So a lot of people don't understand why you should get tutoring over the summer. I know it's summertime and it's like, hey, why is this lady pushing tutoring on everybody? Yes, it's my business, but there are some really, really good reasons to do tutoring over the summer. When your child is in school and they need help with homework, the tutoring sessions may tend to center mainly around homework. And that means you're stuck to a curriculum, you're stuck learning, whatever content they have at the time, and that's just how it's going to be. But over the summertime, because they're not in school, they're not stuck to a curriculum. It's not like, oh, we have to hurry up, deadline, get this homework done. It's not like that. Because the summer, you have more freedom to cover whatever needs to be covered, whatever content, needs to be covered. So that's one benefit of summer tutoring. Also, we need to keep those brains working over the summer so they don't backslide. Teachers have to spend a lot of time in the upcoming school year reviewing content from the previous year, because kids actually backslide when they don't have mental stimulation for all summer long. So it's a good way, to keep those brains active. And not having a curriculum is great because, yeah, you passed, you went to the next grade, but there may be some skills that you maybe weren't so great at, and you need to brush up on them before the upcoming year. Summer tutoring. Wow, great idea. Also, you'll have the benefit of getting ahead if you reach that point, and then you go ahead and start preparing for the content that you'll be seeing in the upcoming school year. It won't be as difficult, because you'll have a head start, per se. So there's a lot of reasons for summer tutoring. And so I just wanted to kind of mention those because some people are like, oh, it's summer, we're not worried about that. And a lot of people do go on vacation, over the summer, so they're just having a lot of fun. But hey, learning should be fun, right? At least I believe learning should be fun. If my learning isn't fun, I'm not doing my job. If your kid doesn't love learning, I'm not doing my job. So, and also, because it's our grand opening, you still have time to cash in before the end of June. We have the promotion 15% off your total service purchase. So that means if you purchase a package with the already discounted price, you'll get that extra 15% off as well. Now, if you mention this video, you'll get another 5% off, which that's 20% off total. That's a good deal. So please remember that. Basically, that's really all that I wanted to talk about was, how our tutoring services work. Because that's really the basis of our company, and we'll do other videos about the blog and the networking and connections and things like that, because I want to cover all those things in detail. My first video was like, okay, I'm going to briefly cover blah 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 blah, but I want to cover these things in detail for you. So this is a lot of what you need to know about our tutoring. I'm sure I probably may have left something out. If I have, visit the website, yourinnergenius.org. Mostly everything is there, and it'll probably have a lot of things that I may have left out. So if there's anything you have a question about, please, I'm always available on social media. Contact me through the Facebook page. Contact me on Twitter and in direct messages. Contact me on Pinterest. Contact me on LinkedIn. Contact me on Google Plus. Contact me through the website. There's a chat box at the bottom. It says, how can we help you? Oh, unless you're on a mobile device, and then there's just like a little round circle with a little quote box on it. But still, there are many, many methods, and you can always email me at amanda@yourinnergenius.org, and I will be more than pleased to answer your questions. Let's together change the climate of learning. Again, thank you for putting up with me, and I will see you next time.